Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Dana. I upload a new video at least once a week, and whenever I have a chance, I like to add in an extra or two. So now is a great time to subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already, to stay on top of all of my new videos. After all, it is fall, and fall is really the peak season for tea, and a lot of my content is tea related. I feel like every video I start out by being like, I'm really excited today because I'm trying a new tea, and you know, I always am excited, but that's just how tea is for me. Like, I just love it. I genuinely get excited about trying new teas, but today, like, not to be repetitive, but today really is exciting because I am getting to work with a brand that I really wanted to work with. At the beginning of the pandemic, I actually applied to be a Sips by ambassador. I went on their website and filled out the information, and I never heard back from them, and that's okay. So I didn't really think too much about it, but I was like, you know, a little bit sad that I never heard back. But just recently, I got a message on Instagram from Sips by that they have seen my videos, and they were wondering if they could send me free boxes of tea in exchange for just mentioning them once a month, like in my videos. And I always see people do that. Like, it'll be a video about like something else entirely, but they'll be like, oh, like check out my Sips by box too. So I never like knew how it worked. I don't think I can just mention the box. I have to like go through, unbox it, show you guys everything, review the teas, you know? So this is really exciting because I have my first Sips by box, and I just can't wait to share it with you guys. Sips by is like a tea subscription box, which is the coolest. So I think I'm gonna be receiving one of these every month, which is like, honestly, for me, it's like, that is kind of like, I'm always like, oh, it's not life-changing, but it's really exciting. I feel like this almost is, because every single month I'm gonna have brand new teas from brands I probably don't know to share with you guys. So for me, this sort of is, as cheesy as it sounds, sort of life-changing. And here is how it looks. It has this little note, and it says October teas, but I went online and I had to fill out like a quiz of all the different things I like and don't like and what kind of ingredients I prefer, and I really enjoyed doing that. So in this box, I have 4 different teas. One is Organic Shui Jiang Oolong, I'm probably saying it wrong, by Made of Tea, and that is a straight oolong, which I love, my favorite. And it says Shui Jiang, meaning water sprite, is a famous rock tea that originates from Fujian province, China. Grown in mineral-rich cliffs and heavily roasted, it has a rich toasty flavor. I'm gonna love that one for sure. That is this one, and I feel like it's sort of a good amount of tea too. I'm not sure how many like servings are in these, but definitely more than one. The second one is Organic Nilgiri Black Tea by Bare Leaves, but I actually don't think that's what I got. I think it's something else, because this is, so it says Organic Nilgiri Black Tea by Bare Leaves, and this bright and fragrant tea comes from the South Indian mountainous regions of Nilgiri, which translate to Blue Mountains. But here I have Organic Assam, which is fine too. They're both like straight black teas. They're just a little different, but I think this is by a different brand too. OLL Tea Co. India. So it's not the same as what it says, but either way, I can always use some straight Assam. This one sounds really interesting and kind of familiar. It is Almond Cookie by Cookie Tea, which I have to look up Cookie Tea because is it all like cookie themed? Like, is it all like tea inspired by different cookies? That sounds amazing. So I really like their packaging. It has little hearts on it. It almost has like a Girl Scout feel, doesn't it? This one's caffeine free, and it says this fruit, nut, and spice blend will bring you back to your favorite childhood bakery with its delicious aroma and taste. Indulge in freshly baked almond cookies without the calories. So I'll definitely want to try this. It seems like it'll be a little bit similar to David's Tea's Forever Nuts, similar ingredients, but the one I'm gonna try today is this one. It's called Yoga Tea by Udyan Tea, Udyan. And it says yoga tea is a green and herbal tea carefully crafted to refresh your mind, body, and soul. The minty aroma and floral undertones make the perfect cup to accompany a yoga session. So this sounds like the most unique out of all of those. Like the cookie one does too, but since like it has similar ingredients to Forever Nuts, I thought I would do this one first. So I want to get it steeping before I look too much into it. They also sent this little adorable pouch with the disposable tea filters in them. They're kind of like the David's Tea ones. And these are nice to have on hand, especially for traveling, but I'm not going to use them today. So I'm just going to set these guys to the side and keep them on hand. So let's open this up and get it steeping. Since it's a green tea, I have the water on like a lower temperature. And I like to steep with my metal basket infusers when I'm here at home. I actually sell these on Amazon. They're just like the perfect way to make a cup of tea. If you are in need of one of these guys, it's always linked below. If you need one, you could pick one up and help to support me and continue to make my videos possible and continue to basically like fuel my dream. So if you've bought one, I really appreciate it. And it says to steep it 2 to 3 minutes. So we want to be really careful about that. So let's pour in our water and set it to the side for just a couple of minutes to let it steep. So let's go into the ingredients. On the packaging here, it says Udyan Tea. I hope I'm saying it right. It might be Udyan, but I think it's Udyan. And it says yoga tea, as refreshing as a session of yoga, a herbal minty green tea. The ingredients are really what got me though. Listen to these. Green tea, cacao nibs, chamomile, lavender, licorice root, cinnamon, tulsi, which is also known as holy basil, fennel, rosemary leaves, cloves, and marigold petals. So I love green tea, obviously, and also I love licorice root. It adds such a nice sweetness to a tea that I'm just like, I just love that. My friend works at a really nice salon and they serve Aveda's brand of tea, and it's mint with licorice root. So it's just really like relaxing and fancy. And I feel like this is gonna have that vibe. It smells really good. I really think this is gonna be like a spa kind of vibe, because like, you know, the yoga vibe, you know, I usually think when I think of yoga, I think of turmeric and like spicy sweet. I guess because there's that brand called Yogi Tea, and that's kind of what they do, is like licorice root and cinnamon and turmeric and things. So this is sort of what I think of. I love though that it is relaxing ingredients like chamomile and lavender, but also the green tea, because yoga is a mind and body practice. So you're not only like moving your body, you're like physically exercising, but you're also connecting your mind with your body. So you do want that little bit of energy, but you want to be able to get into that like really zen zone. So I feel like the chamomile and the lavender are going to be really nice for that. And it smells like the spa. It really does. I don't really know how else to describe it. I'm definitely getting that lavender and that chamomile, but also I am getting like a little bit of spice with that cinnamon. This is like such a combination of things. Like there's spices, herbs, tea, cloves, you know, like flowers, a little bit of everything. So here's how it looks when it's all spread out on the plate. And it's big chunks of everything too. Let's see if we can spot each thing. So we have the green tea. It looks kind of oxidized, like it looks like a little bit of a darker green tea, not quite a gunpowder because it's not like rolled up into a little ball like a gunpowder green tea would be. It's like a little bit more long pieces, but they do look a little like twisty. Cacao nibs, here's one of those. That is the most intriguing ingredient, I think, the cacao nibs. I always think they probably taste like chocolate, right? Because it's the same plant as chocolate. So I'm really interested in that. Chamomile, I definitely see some of those. Look at that sweet little chamomile bud. Lavender, here's a little piece. I see a lot of lavender actually. Might be hard to see on camera, but here is a little bluish purpley bud of lavender. Licorice root, here he is. Little tiny piece. The cinnamon, look how big these pieces of cinnamon, AKA the barky boys, are. I love these big chunks. It's like a big chunk of cinnamon stick, and like there's a good couple of these. Like, look at that. Perfect. Tulsi, which is holy basil. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm thinking by like process of elimination that this is it. This is like a little leaf of some type, and it looks like it could be like a dried basil leaf, so I'm thinking it probably looks similar. I don't see any cloves, so maybe it's not whole pieces of cloves, which I would totally understand because cloves can be a bit overpowering. And then the fennel, they look similar to the lavender, but not purple. Here's a little one of those. The camera won't focus very nice because it keeps picking up my Hocus Pocus shirt. I have to like make sure I cover it when I put my hand up. Rosemary leaves. Love rosemary in a tea. And marigold petals. Here's one. That's the last ingredient, but I still see even a lot of those. Ta-da! All right, so we've been able to spot all of the ingredients, and I think I want to take out the infuser because we cannot have it over steeping for our first impression. Oh, it smells so good. I smell the chamomile a lot. Oh, it smells so floral and nice. But I'm really intrigued about this brand, so I want to go on their website and see what I can find there. Udyan Tea just shows like their best-selling teas. Oh, they sound good. Kashmiri Saffron Kawa Tea. That sounds amazing. They have some chais. Oh, they have a turmeric spice green tea, Moroccan mint green tea. All right, so they look like they have all of my favorite things, but I want to know like about them, you know? So I'm gonna go to the About Us page, our story. If you feel drinking a cup of tea is the best part of your day, shouldn't you be drinking only the best tea? If your answer is a resounding yes, then you've come to the right place. How it all started brewing. Sorry, we can't help the puns. It's steeped so deeply in us. I like them already. Besides, it does add to the flavor. Okay, you get the point. Udyan Tea was born out of a strange concoction of frustration and a subsequent desire to offer a better, tastier, fresher solution. We came to notice that the majority of tea available in the market today is of substandard quality, which is disheartening because India is the second largest producer and consumer of tea. We ought to be drinking the best tea out there, no further questions asked. That's when we decided to step in and get the real party started. Because we know what an authentic cuppa tastes like, and we believe you should know it too. Tea aficionados then, tea crusaders now. The team behind Udyan are a bunch of tea enthusiasts who have a legacy that few can claim. They all belong to the land of tea, which means they intrinsically know what good tea tastes like. We handpick the best for you. Udyan Tea is based out of Darjeeling district, the homeland of all things tea. This means we bring the high-quality tea from our lands, sourced out directly from the best gardens, directly to you by cutting out all middlemen, and in the process reducing the time frame between production and consumption. Ooh, so it's like extra fresh. I like that. At Udyan Tea, sourcing out the best tea is an ongoing process. Every week, our expert tea tasters sample a variety of teas collected from different gardens and choose the top quality tea for you. We never stop making sure that you brew only the best tea, sealed with love and freshness. We are hardcore tea drinkers ourselves. With every fresh sip we taste, we feel that this sheer joy, the magic of a good cup of tea, needs to be shared with the rest of the world. So once we handpick our tea from the select gardens of Darjeeling, Assam, Nepal, and nilgris, we ensure that they go through a state-of-the-art vacuum packing process. It involves 3-layered aluminum packets to protect the tea from being exposed to air or moisture, thus preventing the growth of microorganisms that may affect the freshness, aroma, and flavor of the tea. So that's a lot of interesting information. So I've already discovered a tea brand that I think I'm gonna like, and I think next we better go ahead and try it. I feel like it smells floral, but also that rosemary. I love when they put herbs like that into teas, like rosemary and sage. I just think are so beautiful in tea. Let's go ahead and taste it and see if we taste those same notes. I love the like sweetness of licorice root. It's just so good. So I definitely taste that herbiness I was hoping for with the rosemary, and I love that. And the sweetness, of course, from the licorice root. I'd say I taste like the fennel and the lavender as well. I feel like fennel and lavender are more similar. Like I see them as pretty similar. They have like a thing about them that reminds me of each other, so I really like those together. Especially with the licorice root and like the cinnamon, I feel like adds sort of a top note. It's not a main flavor, but it's like a supporting, or it's not really supporting either. It's like a ding, you know what I mean? Like it's like a top note, I guess you'd say. It's so nice. I feel like if this had mint in it, it would like take it into a different category. Like I almost feel like it should have mint, but at the same time, like I'm kind of relieved it doesn't, because I don't know, it's like, I feel like I've tried a similar combination before, but never like this. Like I taste the chamomile and the green tea. The green tea is like a darker, smokier green tea. Like I was saying, more similar to like a gunpowder than like anything too like vegetal. So it does have that like tiny bit of like smokiness. It's a little more oxidized. And I like that the licorice root is definitely there, but it's not as powerful as some teas I've had before. Like that brand Yogi tea, I feel like I have to compare because this is yoga and they're yogi, I don't know. And it's like a little bit similar ingredients. The teas I've tried of theirs are like loaded with licorice root, which I also love because it's really nice and sweet and like very sweet and delicious. This one is more toned down in the licorice root department. And it really allows like the other things to shine through, like that chamomile and that cinnamon. I don't taste anything weird from the cocoa nibs either, like it doesn't taste like chocolate or anything. So I'm kind of curious like what those provide and kind of interested. Oh, I should see if they have a page on their website for this tea. I'm sure they do. I'm really glad I decided to take a look at the page on their website for this tea because there's more info on here than I see on a lot of tea brands' websites. So the description is, yoga tea is a herbal green tea carefully crafted to refresh your mind, body, and soul. The minty aroma and floral overtones will stretch the tired ligaments of your mind. Sit in the most relaxing asana and enjoy the calming chamomile flavor and light vegetal notes. This yellowish cup of tea is perfect to go with your morning yoga session. It's interesting that they keep describing it as minty when there isn't actual mint in it. That's kind of interesting. Tasting notes, sweet and spicy flavor with a calming minty aftertaste. Appearance, mix of light and dark green leaves with brown spices and yellow petals, turns into deep yellow liqueur on brewing. Aroma, calming, sweet, and spicy aroma with slightly tangy background notes. Now this is the coolest part. The ingredients, like look how it lists it out. It has that tiny picture of each ingredient and it says the name of the ingredient, and then underneath it, it has a little bit of information, like just a little blurb. So it says green tea, rich in antioxidant properties. Cocoa nibs, rich in magnesium and full of fiber. Chamomile can improve sleep quality and reduce insomnia. Lavender has antiseptic and de-stressing properties. And it just goes on from there with all of the ingredients. So that is so detailed and I love it. And also there are reviews, which is really fun as well. This is delicious. I love the herbiness and the floralness. It's just perfect. And it does make me kind of want to do some yoga. It's been a while since I sat and did yoga. I've been doing so many like different kinds of workouts. I forgot how like good it feels to really like stretch out and do a nice yoga session and connect your breath with your movement. It feels so good. And this tea tastes like that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my first Sips by unboxing and my review of yoga tea from Udyan Tea. Let me know in the comments if you do yoga or if you're like me where you used to do it a lot and you kind of fell out of practice of that. But I'm super curious. And if you don't do yoga, what kind of exercises do you like to do? Lately, like for me, I'm obsessed with getting 10,000 steps a day. I wear a Fitbit and I have been for like 4 years now. These days I've been like running in place holding weights because I'm trying to like build my muscles and get more like strong and fit and everything. So that's what I've been enjoying lately, but I think I could definitely benefit from some yoga as well. I hope you are all staying safe and healthy, and I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.